keeping the two hands together, forming absolutely perfect, forming this one solid unit. Everyone concentrating on the hands as if it is the most important thing that you could possibly do. Keeping the two hands together, forming this one solid unit. Each time you exhale, close the eyes. Each time you inhale, open the eyes, so that each time you do, you get a very solid vision of the two hands locking together, forming this one solid unit. Keeping enough pressure on the hands that if I came by and tried to separate the hands, I would be unable to do so. Keeping enough pressure on the hands that if you tried to separate the hands, you would also be unable to do so. So solid and rigidly locked together are the hands, everyone concentrating on the hands, thinking as if there's something extremely valuable in between the hands, and even the slightest bit of air would cause the hands to come undone. You do not wish that to happen under any circumstances. So solid and rigidly locked together are the hands, and the next time you exhale, close the eyes and leave the eyes closed. Leave the eyes closed so that the only vision, only thought that of the two hands locking together, getting tighter and tighter with each passing second. Keeping the hands up above shoulder level, that if I came by trying to move the hands upward, I would be unable to do so. If I tried to move the hands downward, I would also be unable to do so. So solid and rigidly locked together are the hands, everyone concentrating on the hands, as those hands getting tighter and tighter with each passing second. The hands getting tighter and tighter with each passing second. And in a short while, for those of you who are concentrating, some of you feel a little clarity in the hands, some a little discomfort. That is because what we've been concentrating on for some of you is soon to become a reality. And that reality, ladies and gentlemen, the hands have indeed become very solidly locked together, to the point where some of you becoming just a little concerned as to how solidly locked together the hands have become. Some of you beginning to feel as if the palm of one hand is permanently wedged against the palm of the other. Some of you beginning to feel as if there's crazy glue in the hands. You will notice it is no longer necessary to think about locking the hands together. Those hands seem to be getting tighter and tighter all on their own. Some of the hands beginning to move and shake from the lack of blood and circulation. And if that's the case, in a moment I'm going to count to 3. And when I do, I'm going to ask you to separate those hands. However, for those of you, some of you will find that the harder you try to separate those hands, the more tightly held together they're going to become. And if that's the case, some of you are getting a sense of that already. The harder you try to separate the hands, the more tightly held together they're going to become. And if that's the case, let me know. I'll come by and help you at that particular time. Tighter on 1, locking together, 2, tighter, and 3. Try and separate the hands now. If you're having a problem, go ahead. Try and separate the hands now. Some of you find that the harder you try to separate those hands, the more tightly held together they're going to become. Go ahead and try and separate the hands now. If you're having a problem, let me know. Some of you find that the harder you try to separate the hands, the more tightly held together they're going to become. Go ahead, try and separate the hands. That's fine. Just let it go. Go ahead, try and separate the hands now. If you're having a problem, let me know.
Feel this.
A big hand for our volunteers so far.